For most safety officers, receiving an OSHA fine is a stressful event. A company cuts a check, corrects the hazard, and moves on. But the Severe Violator Enforcement Program operates on a completely different level. It is a multi-year corporate sentence. Before we get into the specific mechanics of this list, please remember that this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. The 2026 version of the Severe Violator List casts a wide net. Following recent expansions, the program no longer limits its scope to a specific shortlist of high-emphasis hazards like trenching or falls. Today, a serious violation of any OSHA standard across any industry can trigger an inclusion review. A standard fine is a temporary, calculable cost of doing business. Placement on the Severe Violator List, however, triggers mandatory nationwide inspections and operational restrictions that can threaten the survival of the business itself. There are three distinct pathways onto the list. The first is the fatality and catastrophe criterion. If an inspection involving a worker death or the hospitalization of 3 or more employees uncovers at least one willful, repeat, or failure to abate violation, such as ignoring atmospheric testing in a confined space, the company is added to the log. The second pathway does not require a fatality. Under the non-fatality criterion, an employer is placed on the list if an inspection yields 2 or more willful, repeat, or failure to abate violations for high-gravity hazards. Chronic exposure to deadly silica dust without respiratory protection, for example, meets this threshold. The third pathway involves OSHA's egregious citation policy. When an employer commits violations so blatant that OSHA issues penalties on a per-instance basis, multiplying the fine for every single employee exposed to the hazard, placement on the Severe Violator List is automatic. By design, no company ends up on this list because of an isolated honest mistake. Placement requires documented mathematical proof that leadership has exhibited a systemic indifference to human life. How OSHA catches these companies has evolved. Through the Injury Tracking Application, or ITA, employers are legally mandated to submit their injury and illness data electronically, specifically utilizing Forms 300, 300A, and 301. This flowchart illustrates how raw submissions are weaponized. Digital logs feed directly into an AI-driven system called site-specific targeting. The algorithm scans years of data, isolating facilities with upward-trending injury rates. Once flagged, it guarantees an unannounced wall-to-wall inspection. Inspectors arrive specifically looking for willful or repeated violations that confirm the data's warning signs. Because OSHA publishes these results on a public website, the business fallout is immediate. Major general contractors use this public log to disqualify subcontractors from bids, while insurance carriers respond to the severe violator status by spiking premiums or canceling coverage entirely. Modern data transparency eliminates corporate hiding places. A company's past negligence is now instantly visible to clients and insurers alike. This map demonstrates the follow-up trap. Once listed, OSHA is mandated to conduct sweeping inspections across the employer's other nationwide facilities within 12 months to see if the hazard exists elsewhere. The baseline exit strategy is a grueling minimum sentence of 3 years. That countdown only begins after the company has paid all penalties and proven every single hazard is fully abated. The only alternative is a fast-track option, the 2-year Enhanced Settlement Agreement. To secure this, the employer must fund and implement a comprehensive safety and health management system and hire an independent third-party expert to verify its effectiveness. This multi-site mandate serves a very specific purpose. It ensures that a localized safety failure legally infects the entire corporate structure, forcing executive leadership to finally take accountability. Because OSHA maintains this data on a public website, job seekers can use the log to vet the safety record of potential employers. This simulated interface shows exactly how to use the establishment search tool. By entering unique company keywords and filtering by NAICS industry codes, you can instantly see if a prospective employer has a history of high-gravity citations. You can use this data directly in interviews. If a search reveals recent violations, ask the hiring manager about their failure to abate or willful citations, and listen closely to how they justify their record. In 2026, the Severe Violator Database functions as a primary defense for workers, providing the evidence needed to identify and avoid dangerous job sites. A company currently sitting on the Severe Violator List has prioritized profit over human life, and the government has the receipts to prove it. Never walk into a job blindly. Check the SVEP list. Your safety and career could depend on it. If you want to learn more about OSHA enforcement, worker rights, and workplace safety, subscribe to the HSE Study YouTube channel. Keep learning by checking out our other videos. OSHA is being defunded, how to upgrade your OSHA certification, OSHA 510 Masterclass, and these 5 safety certifications can double your salary. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.